Want a simple, repeatable framework for writing emails that both nurtures and consistently brings in sales? That's exactly what we're going to talk about in this video. I am going to share the framework that brings in 33% more sales when you start implementing it into your business. And hey, if we haven't met, I'm Lise Cartwright, founder of Hustle and Groove, and I have helped over 1,000 creative entrepreneurs ditch social media and make daily sales, all inside the email. So in today's video, I am going to share the 3-step framework that I use called the Nurture and Sell framework. Now, I'm going to walk you through some very clear examples, and in particular, one email that brought in $100. All I had to do was follow the Nurture and Sell framework. Now, $100 might not seem like a lot for you right now, but imagine sending this email every single day and making $100 a day. Now, that changes things a little bit. Before we dive into this repeatable framework that you can literally steal and implement today, I want to talk about why you might be struggling to get sales from your emails right now. Typically, the number one reason that I see people not getting sales from emails is they're simply not asking the question, right? They're not asking for the sale. I literally had a conversation with a new client yesterday, and she said, I know that you encourage people to send daily emails, Lise, and that you're asking for the sale every single day. But she goes, I'm afraid that people are going to not want to be sold to. Here's the thing about that, or here's the reframe. The reality is you're in business to make money, right? And unless your audience doesn't know that, then I could imagine why it might feel weird. But this is why I encourage you to be upfront, right? Let people know as soon as they join your world, particularly when they come into your welcome sequence. Let them know that you have things to sell. Let them know that you're going to present them with offers when it makes sense to do so. It just happens to make sense to present an offer every single day to my audience because I have so many offers. Now, if you only have 2 or 3 offers, the same deal applies though. Why wouldn't you give people an opportunity? Because here's the thing, we're not here to convince anyone to buy from us. We're simply here to make sure that we are empowering, that we are clear on the message, we're clear on how we help the people that we help, and letting them know that we have something that can help them when they are ready, right? At the end of the day, just because you include a link to buy something in your email isn't a guarantee they're actually going to get a sale. However, you've got a far higher chance of making a sale if you include a link to buy than if you don't. And the other way that you can think about this is it's kind of a disservice to not let people know that you have something that can genuinely help them. I like to think about this from the perspective of, if this person was my close friend, wouldn't I tell them about something that I knew would help them? Right? We're always recommending a place that we ate. We're recommending something that we saw. Like if we've experienced something and it's helped us, we're going to recommend it. This is no different. It's just that you happen to be getting a kickback because it's your business. So you have to step into that mindset of, I'm genuinely here to help people. I'm going to let them know that I have something for sale, but I'm not here to convince them. At the end of the day, it's their choice. And when you start to understand that, presenting the opportunity for people to buy from you every single day actually becomes super easy. But here's a simple way that you can do that using this 3-step framework. So I call this the Nurture and Sell framework, and it has 3 very clear and easy steps to follow. Step 1 is all about connecting and validating, basically connecting with your audience and validating why they're feeling the way that they're feeling, right? That's why stories are so powerful, because you get to show that either you've experienced whatever it is that they're going through, or that something else is going on in your life that is relatable to them. And that's why we start off every email with a story. And it doesn't have to be long. This can literally just be a sentence, but it's kind of like that hook that, actually, Lisa has something that makes sense, and wow, that happened to her. That's crazy. Right, those are the things that we're looking for. And I'll tell you how you can come up with stories a little bit later in this video. The second step is all about teaching and empowering. And this is where we share a small insight, a lesson, something along those lines. So you can see here I've said insight, tip, or mindset shift. A lot of what I do with my audience is shifting mindset because everyone in my world is smart and savvy and absolutely capable of making daily sales and making the money that they want to be making. Where they come unstuck is up here. And so a lot of the time, emails are helping people shift their mindset or shift their perspective. So when you are doing this for yourself, you just want to think about, how can I empower my audience? What does that actually look like? And then the third step is to invite an offer, right? At the end of the day, we've just given all this information. If we genuinely have something that can help them with the thing that we just talked about, why wouldn't we share something? So this is where we naturally transition, right? So naturally, this isn't where we switch into being a late night infomercial or a used car salesperson. We don't need to start using sales speak. We are literally going to say something along the lines of, that's why I created this program. Or if this is something that you're struggling with, here is a potential solution for you. None of it is scammy. None of it is buy now, right? It is very much just a natural progression, kind of like an offhand comment, exactly how you would talk to a friend about this entire process. So what I want to do now is actually show you a clear example that breaks down these 3 steps. So here is a recent email that I sent out that netted me $100 just from this one email, and remembering that I send daily emails. So I actually make almost $100 a day just from the different emails that I send, but I wanted to clearly show you kind of what that looks like. So the subject line was Mindset Mirror. And in here, I was actually sharing a story from a previous coaching client. So I was sharing that. So you can do that. I want you to know that it doesn't have to be your immediate story, but it did happen to me because I was a coach coaching someone through this process. So I started out with a story, and you can see here what it kind of looks like. And then I switched into teaching and empowering. You can see here the breakthrough came when I asked her to consider. And then there's like a little moment here that's a truth bomb. And then it's just talking along. I shared a little bit more about my own journey. And I said, if you're reading this and thinking, okay, Lisa, I feel seen, then I want you to know something important. You don't have to figure this out all alone. And that is the transition into the invite and offer. Then you can see here, this is exactly why I created the Implement and Act 30-day coaching program. And then this is where I go into say a little bit more about it. And then I say, click here to grab your spot. $3.33 a day. That's it, right? Can't wait to help you turn those mindset blocks into building blocks for your success. But that is the smallest portion of this entire email. The biggest portion is the story and the lesson, right? That's the main component. And that's what people are going to walk away with. Even if they don't buy, they've actually now had a perspective shift. They've actually got some coaching questions that they can go and implement right now, regardless of whether they join this program or not. But the reality is, if I didn't offer this, there was no way that I was going to make a sale. And that's the whole point of using the Nurture and Sell framework, is to allow you opportunities to actually sell every single day inside your emails. So that framework is a very core part of what I teach inside the Grow, Nurture, Sell Collective. And right now you can join the waitlist for when doors open, and you can come and join us. But if you want to start implementing the Nurture and Sell framework for yourself, you can go and check out the training that walks you through that entire process with an even deeper dive into a full breakdown of that template. More details below in the description for you to go and check that out. And in the next video that is coming up on your screen right now, I'm going to walk you through the process for actually making daily sales inside your emails. I can't wait. I'll see you in that video.